Okay, air signs, happy Friday to you. We had a welcome to your daily focus trail. We had 4 cards come out for you at once. We had King of Pentacles, Chariot, 3 of Pentacles, and 4 of Pentacles. So you're progressing. This is pretty awesome. Or your focus, what you should focus on is about progressing. So the King of Pentacles, this talks about a long-term stability. It talks about having that leadership to gain that stability, being able to balance what is healthy with what you're passionate about, and using that creativity and that inner strength, that knowledge, that language that you have in order to help you build this stability, in order to help lead you towards the stability, the long-term stability that you want. Now the clarifier was the 4 of Swords, and I think you got this yesterday. This talks about having a good balance. It talks about contemplating and really thinking about meditating on this topic and having a good balance between your thoughts on it and your feelings on it. In this card, you're trying to get your thoughts to sort of conquer your feelings over it. You're trying to be less emotional and more logical about this. The Chariot, this talks about your willpower, and it talks about looking at the things that you're willing to acknowledge about yourself, the lighter side, the conscious side of your mind, and looking at the things that you're not willing to acknowledge about your life and yourself, or the shadow side, the unconscious, what's hidden from you, the dark side. So it talks about looking at those 2 sides of yourself, putting them in balance with your higher self, and your higher self has that healing, it has that knowledge and that ability to communicate where it wants to go to these 2 sides of yourself and steer that chariot, that ship, to where it needs to go. And you'll notice she's pulling the sun behind her, so she's pulling growth, she's pulling creativity, she's bringing it with her, because she has that ability. The Chariot is all about your willpower and moving forwards with that. Now the clarifier is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man, he talks about, this is Odin, he talks about sacrificing, right? In order to get this new beginning, in order to get this knowledge, for this language, for this, to set up this routine that you use your willpower to set up to move forwards towards your goal. And he's basically sacrificed himself by hanging himself from this tree branch with 1 foot. But when he's done that, it's given him this new perspective. He can see things from a different angle. He can look at them, turn them around. He can swing left or right. He can turn himself around and swing around. And he's not bound by gravity. He's not bound by the laws of this plane, of this physical earth anymore, right? So that gives him that new perspective, which helps get him to where he's imbalanced and able to move forward, able to have that willpower, that guidance, those routines that help him move forward. Now 3 of Pentacles and 4 of Pentacles. So this is a progression, right? I'm going to talk about 4 of Pentacles first, I think. 4 of Pentacles, you see this guy, he's either locking up his money. The traditional reading for this card is being conservative, like with your money, with your health, your thoughts, your emotions, just being conservative in general. I look at it like he could be locking it up. He could also be getting ready to steal more money from that treasure chest, right? Either way, what he's doing, he's not really in the light of this window, and he's also not really in the spotlight here either, in the corner. And where this chest is, it's in the dark also. So to me, this sometimes talks about conservative in terms of like hiding away, like not necessarily just building up that money and not taking risks with it, or being not taking risks with your health or your emotions. I also look at it like you're not just hiding it away from other people, you're hiding it away sometimes from yourself. Now the odd thing is, Four of Pentacles here, Three of Pentacles here, the clarifier for the Four of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. And I pulled the Druid craft first, and then I asked for clarifiers, so this is pretty odd. So the clarifier is the Three of Pentacles, so you're kind of keeping it on the down low about what you're planning. And you're keeping it out of the light. You're really keeping it close to your chest, and that's going to help you. So Three of Pentacles, I'll show you this one. This one you see these people looking on. You see the higher self, the healing, the passion, and you see the strength here, right? That's leaning on this guy for attention. This is all about what you are best at skill-wise. It's all about building those skills. It's about planning for long-term success, planning for like a solid future. The pentacles are carved in the stone. So a solid future with your health or with your career, finances, possessions, anything that those pentacles represent. In this version of Three of Pentacles, you see the Tree of Knowledge or Tree of Life here, and you see this figure that's like an angel, a higher self, a divine being here, overlooking the tree, and the pentacles are the fruit that's growing from the tree. So this is your long-term planning and success is what's going to bear fruit, right? So you're planning this and you're developing it, you're watching it grow. This is some skill that you're good at, and then it's going to bear fruit. Now the clarifiers for the Three of Pentacles from the Druid craft were Death and Ten of Wands. So Ten of Wands talks about having these burdens to your soul, right? The wands are like your soul. They're also the physical body, so they're the conscious mind, the physical body, but also the soul in a way. Okay, so you got these burdens that you've been carrying around, whether they're thoughts, they could even be like a sort of lack mentality with your health or with your finances and career, material things, because of all these pentacles here. So there was this issue, and you've been carrying it for a really long time. You see this road winds all the way there, but there's a new day. This person, they're getting ready to drop, because this is a 10. So it's a 0 and a 1. Ending, beginning, right? So this person is getting ready to drop their wands. They're getting ready to drop this burden and have a new beginning. They're ending this. And death is also about ending something. It's about transformation. It's about putting the past, especially the past that made you weep, that made you feel like you had to hide your face. It's talking about putting that where it belongs, in the past, and then you transform. You're sitting there, you're thinking, you're listening to what's going on around you, to what you're thinking about internally. With the Hanged Man and this Four of Swords, you're sitting there listening, and you're really thinking about it, and you're taking it in, and you're getting ready to have this transformation and drop these burdens. And what you're good at is helping you drop these burdens. It's helping you have this transformation. You're using your inner strength and your willpower to guide you into this transformation in terms of your health, or in terms of the physical things that Pentacles could represent for you. To me, this is more about health than it is anything else, because of the Ten of Wands being there. Now, the Six of Swords is at the bottom of the Ethereal Visions, and this talks about moving away. It talks about a transition also, just like the Death does. It talks about the transition in terms of a rite of passage, moving from the stormy weather to the clearer, more stable ground and waters. The swords representing your thoughts being out of balance, and that creates the stormy weather, and you're using your higher guidance, to help you reach that more calmer, stabler water and land. Underneath that, we have the Lovers, which is about a choice between two things, maybe even a choice between yourself and someone else. It can also mean romance, but to me, today it's more about a choice. You're needing to make a choice between something that is maybe not as stable or as healthy as you would like, and yourself. King of Swords. You'll notice the sword in front of his chest. This almost looks like, those sarcophagi in like Indiana Jones with the Knights Templar, their sarcophagi where they had their sword over their chest, or like if you go to Westminster Abbey, some of the sarcophagi there. But you'll notice the similarity with the King of Swords, and he is all about balanced thinking. He's about memory and thought, and having that balance and being able to put that into a higher perspective in terms of growing and moving forward. He is about that transformation as well. Have a great Friday. I'll see you tomorrow.